Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the review of the MAC Waterweight foundation, which looks like this. It has a watery consistency and yet it has a silicone feel to it. I don't know if that makes sense. It's the same 30 ml like every other foundation really, and it retails for about £25.50 in the UK, so I don't know about anywhere else. And I'm just going to show you how I apply it because that's what I'm wearing today. I really love the coverage. I love the finish. It has a bit of dewiness to it. It's not too matte and it's not too dewy, so it's like in between both of dewiness and dryness, and I really like it. I don't know if you guys can tell from the camera, but it's a very good foundation. It's good for an everyday foundation when you don't want to wear a full coverage foundation. So I've already primed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, so I'm going to start with a pump first because it has a drop pump which looks like that. So I'm going to start with a pump right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a very watery consistency. So that's a pump right there. I'm going to start with just a pump and see how it feels first. There's nothing on this side of my face, and I've got a pump of the foundation right here on this side. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference really, but I love the finish. It's really perfect. It has a kind of dewiness to it but not overbearing, and it feels really light, and applying it was just like applying the moisturizers on my face. And I won't say it's super matte because it has a bit of dewiness to it, and it has a very good finish. Really, I love it. I think I'd rather prefer using this sponge to apply it because they recommended a brush really, but for me I think this sponge is really perfect for the application because it just goes on smoothly, and I felt like I was applying the moisturizer with a sponge but with a little bit of coverage on it. So that's what it looks like, guys. I had one pump here and one pump on the other side, so I love the coverage. It's more or less like an everyday foundation, so if you're going for a full coverage, I don't think you're going to be using this foundation. Guys, please bear in mind that I've already worn this foundation yesterday just to form my own opinion, and my conclusion is going to be based on the claims on MAC website and to agree or disagree to all the claim on MAC's website. And to be honest with you guys, I think I totally agree 100% with all the claims about this foundation on MAC website. I've not been paid to do this review, but I'm telling you guys all this based on my own opinion. So number one, the consistency and the coverage. The consistency is watery like the name of the foundation really, and it's a medium coverage, which I agree with, and it's good for people with flawless skin, people that don't have a lot to cover, people that just need to wear foundation but want to have that no makeup look. So it's a very light coverage foundation and it applies flawlessly. It doesn't cake at all. It just feels like you're applying a moisturizer on your face. You don't feel anything on your face. It's just like a moisturizer with a bit of coverage to it. Yeah, don't need a lot if your skin is flawless, but if you have a lot of spots like acne, scars, hyperpigmentation to cover, then I don't really think this is good for you because you have to keep applying and applying. But the good thing about this foundation is the fact that even though you apply 3 pumps, I don't think you're gonna see it because it feels like you're applying a moisturizer. I don't know if that makes sense. I also agree with all the claims on MAC website about the fact that it doesn't cake. It lasts for hours because I tried it yesterday and I waited for about 5 to 6 hours before I touch up my makeup, which is really good. I also agree with the fact that it doesn't oxidize at all because I had it on for 20 minutes yesterday before applying the rest of my makeup, and found that it doesn't oxidize, which is quite important for me, really. And I also like the fact that it lasted for about 5 to 6 hours before touching up, which is a good thing for me because I have a very oily skin and I'm always conscious of that when it comes to foundation. I also recommend going to the store to check out the shade range because the color representation online is not 100% accurate. So you might think you're using NC45 online based on your screen, computer screen, but when you get to the store you realize that the shade online and the shade in store is very different. And I won't blame MAC for that because obviously the color representation of everyone's computer or mobile devices is different from the other. So I would definitely recommend you go into the store to check out the shade range and take a sample of this foundation and try it to see if it's what you like. But if you have a flawless skin and normal to combination skin, this is really good. The only downside of this foundation is the fact that people with warm undertones will find it difficult to get the right shade, because if you're using NC45 or NC44 in MAC Prolonged Wear range or MAC Studio Fix Fluid range, is completely different to all of that. Is completely different. So it's very difficult because I went to the store to try this out before buying it, and I realized that this shade range is really weird. It's really iffy because it's very difficult to find one with a warm undertone. It's like, I don't get it. I find it difficult to get your matching color like the NC42, NC44 and NC45. If you are between that shade range, then it's very difficult to get your match. I don't know if you would have to mix 2 foundations to get your right shade using this foundation, which is quite difficult, buying 2 of this foundation just to match your shade. So that's the only problem I think I have with this foundation, because normally I wear the MAC NC42, but now I have to use the NC44, which has a bit of orange tone to it. Maybe it's just me, but that's how I feel. So I would advise you to go to the store and try it out and probably get some sample to get the real feel about this foundation. So that's what I think about this foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.